So in the last video, in video 2, I kind of alluded to, you know, when you're looking at the magazines, you look at the girl who's a professional bikini model or the guy who's a professional bodybuilder, and I mentioned something called a compression of time. Well, when we look at those pictures, everything happens through a filter, right? Kai Greene is very famous for saying, well, when I grew up and I saw these things, I saw the guy lifting all this weight and screaming and his shirt was off. All that stuff happened through a filter. Every time we look at one of those magazines, every time you look at a buddy who, or maybe it's an acquaintance that you don't know that well, and you're like, man, this guy keeps getting gains, or this girl just keeps looking better and better. There's a filter there, and that filter is time and effort. Fact of the matter is that this is not pretty in the beginning, it's not glamorous, it's not sexy, and I'm not gonna lie to you about it. Unless you do the work, your body will not change. Unless you do the work, your mentality is gonna stay the same and time's gonna keep moving past you. Okay, you have to make a decision, you have to give yourself permission to do the work, to grind it out, to go through this process consistently. I'm not talking about just 6 months. I'm not talking about just 1 or 2 years. Guys, to get that elite physique takes time. This 6-week course, this is just a blip on the screen. This is just scratching the surface. This is like mental and nutrition 101, right? There's gonna be more coming, but in order for you to establish those habits, you have to do the work. The result of getting to your elite physique is a consistent set of single stairs that get you to that place, right? You have to step on every single stair before you can get there. You can't skip steps. You can't jump to a platform. You can't use the elevator. It doesn't work like that. You have to do the work. The results come from hours and hours of banging on your craft, of being of one mind towards this goal. Now that doesn't necessarily mean obsessive, it means strategic. It means everything you do, if it's important enough to you, everything you do will be strategically laid out for you to make that goal.